Start your week by installing your game plan. Here's a list of all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select a player to learn more. Select to scout this player and unlock his best skill. Each skill unlock will cost you scouting points. A portion of unused points will be unlock this player's true skill ranking to see if he is you just found a diamond in the rough. Other teams will undervalue this player and you may get the next.
Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. On the return, Andy Isabella. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cardinals coming out led by Kyler Murray, the offensive rookie of the year a season ago, and back for more here in year number 2.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
2 touchdown passes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Shotgun now from Murray. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. 21 yards. Well done on the return. Now Dak Prescott leading the way onto the field. His 5th year now as a starter as he gets the keys again to this Dallas Cowboys offense.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards, but I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week, though.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference. You'll let it slide, but hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This to Jarwin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Prescott yet again. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that.
He's brought down at the 30.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
The Cardinals take over first and 10.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing is Murray on third down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. This is taken at the 18. A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
Please take over first and 10.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend it and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. First down, Prescott. The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. On first and 10, Prescott. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
For Amari Cooper.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They'll throw again. Prescott. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Hassan Reddick.
A loss of 3.
Able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
At the Cardinals' 8-yard line.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Zerline now for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown.
Nothing.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. On the return, it's Taylor. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Forced out to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Murray with a 3rd and long. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half from Murray, escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the Colts who were able to come away with the home victory. Phillip Rivers, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. 24-10 was your final. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. 28-14 was your final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
At the 15-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Ezekiel Elliott.
15 more there, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
First and 10 at their own.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Kyler Murray sacked.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of...
And he's going to go down again.
Kyler Murray sacked.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taken in at the 22. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Just keeping the play alive. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up
Prescott now from the 50. Going underneath, complete to Jarwin. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Able to hit his target, Lamb. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, it's Taylor. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
It's a game.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down right around the 12.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Prescott from the gun.
There's a beautiful throw.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown!
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Taylor. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
A gain of
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Murray now on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good position to be in here, second and inches. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Kyler Murray sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 35. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And some room to roam now. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Cardinal offense takes back over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Kyler Murray sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cowboys, Start your week by installing your game plan.
day. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And now we see Dwayne Haskins, the Ohio State Buckeye, in his second year in the National Football League, ready to lead this Washington offense.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Tackle made by Jalen.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run with McKissick. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
You hear so many discussions about Dak Prescott. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is he still ascending? What does he need to do to get there? All I know is that when he's in control of the Dallas offense, they were #1 in the league last year in terms of yards per play, and he was 2nd in the league in passing yards with over 4,900. This guy gets it done, and his team really likes him as their leader.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of
The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This is Elliott. Powers through again. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
2nd and 10 at the 23.
Prescott now on second down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Prescott's
They
pass.
had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And this is Clark. It's Cooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Complete to Amari Cooper.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 33.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Runs through the contact. He's still fighting forward. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago. Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin.
Prescott's pass.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. The 20.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Brought down just shy of the goal line.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
9 yards.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming out there?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there.
Makes the score Cowboys 10. Washington, nothing.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Washington will take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
He was taken down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
At the 19-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the... Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Washington, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but hold on, he nothing.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
20-yard line.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some space here. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often, 2nd and 24. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 31-28, the final score. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have just about put this one on ice already. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for... number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is Tony Pollard. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility that people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So first and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Second and 7, operating from the 34.
The handoff to Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Elliott shreds the tackle. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys add on. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
It's a boomer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
It's a game.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And that is incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over.
37-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The Cowboy ball carrier.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
A gain of 7.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
All the computers just don't know how to play
And
football.
that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Everson Griffin able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. From the gun, it's Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And out now come the Cowboys. And they can run the score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is Jakeem Grant, and they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Haskins pass.
Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Third down.
Washington on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes.
Sack.
Jalen Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Pulled in at the 24. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. Defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
Prescott looks to throw on first. This to Jarwin. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Broken tackle. That escapes the sack. And fights him off. Now he'll escape to his left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Flush it down the toilet.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense going back to work. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 18. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line.
2nd and 2. First down marker at the 8. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Dallas, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And now it I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles for their first drive, led out by their quarterback in his 5th year in Philly, Carson Wentz.
And when I think of Carson Wentz in his first 4 years in the league, I kind of look at him as bookends, because his first year as a rookie, he started all 16 games. The next 2 years, beset by injuries, but last year started all 16 in the regular season again and was very productive. His first 4,000-yard campaign throwing the ball, 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. The injuries got him again in the wild card game, but when he's on the field, his team is dangerous.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Wentz. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
A loss of 9.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
I love his mobility, and I think he continues to get better and better as a pocket passer. But how about just his plain intangibles that he brings to the position? Mental toughness, as well as a physical presence that helps power any offense.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
30-yard line. It's a gain
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott flush to his right. They'll try and run it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Eluding the pressure, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Lining up for the point after.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And out now come the Eagles. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And he stopped immediately there.
Miles Sanders.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Right at the
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And taken right at the 35. And he works free. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First down, Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
To number 19.
Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wentz on the draw, leads it for Sanders. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Oh, that was Poe.
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Shotgun now for Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was going to be
A big
intercepted.
play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
36-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get his running game going.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz it,
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Dak Prescott sacked. A fumble on the play.
much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Not even close.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Flush to his right, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Dallas.
Dak Prescott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Get the boomer.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
29-yard line.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward.
Boys.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
Yard attempt.
And Zerline's kick is good.
Is good.
Now they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
31. Eagles nothing.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Taken from about the 12. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Falcons who were able to come away with the victory. 31-7, the final score. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. 28-14 was your final score. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys are on the road to Blowout City. They lead it big, as we send you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
At their own
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
at the 33-yard
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Cooper's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys.
touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, you know, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. A nice run there by Sanders on first down as he'll wind up with a gain of about 7 before he's brought down.
Chidobe Awuzie on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Tackle made by Jalen Smith. A loss of 2
Yes,
yards.
indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
29-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
40-yard line.
Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And he's got the 1st down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So the 2nd time tonight he has hit the end zone, Charles.
Some people just have a natural nose for the end zone, and he's exhibiting that here in this game. Big-time job, and of course he's got to pat the backs of the offensive line.
Yeah, they can't be lost in the shuffle. They're vital. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. That's taken on the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Elliott. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Cowboy ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 3-yard pickup.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
And Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Carry now for Elliott. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3 yard.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first is Wentz. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jalen Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken from about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's third down.
Third down and 17.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
First down, Cowboys.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. From the 28, it's second and 5. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a...
Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.